The moment I've been waiting for has arrived. Hi, my name is Amy Vishwanatha and you are watching Techie Housewife. Steam Deck, the ultimate handheld gaming PC that promises to give us all the handheld gaming experience of our lives. The ultimate modern and retro gaming handheld. The exciting device that will allow you to use your Steam library on the go with ease. Steam Deck has been delivered to my front door and I'm ready to open it. Honestly, I've been so excited about it that I'm almost afraid to open it. You know, because the what if it's not everything I dreamed of factor. Well, I waited long enough and I'm ready to open this thing. Here it is. The one thing I've been waiting for, it feels like forever. A couple days back, we received our email that we could go ahead and purchase our Steam Deck, which we did immediately. And then the label was printed and it arrived a couple days later. So at least they are not delaying in shipping it all. It was super fast. This is how it came. This is the box that it came in. It seems protective enough. I'm not sure what I'm going to see when I open it, but there were no dings or anything. It came intact. Let's open it. Always be safe when using your knife. Never cut towards you. Always close your knife when you're finished. Still haven't found my red knife. Let's just open it and see. That's a cute box. I like the inside of the box. I'm weird like that. These kind of little details are fun for me. Attention, attention, attention. Okay. This is just showing us we need to plug it in and power it on. It gives details on how to do that. Thank you very much. This kind of gives us a little diagram of what Steam Deck is going to look like. So it does come in a case, so that's extra protection. And then we have a little compartment here, which I'm assuming are all the cables and everything that I need, the power supply. So let's just remove those first. Okay. I'm excited about opening it, but I'm still trying to not to rip the boxes and everything. Okay, we have our power supply. Quality isn't bad. Not the best I've ever seen, but it still feels pretty good. And it comes with the health and safety maintenance regulatory and limited warranty and agreement information. Next, this is what I'm looking for. Your games are going places, quite literally. Ready? Can you hear that? The hard shell case seems to be very good. Let's just put this open here. Again, I'm trying not to rip everything. I'm trying to hurry because I really want to get it open, but also I don't want to rip everything up. Okay, hopefully this just slides right off. And I was right. Here's the case. Nothing like having that brand new feel and smell, right? And it comes with a tag through the loop. So that's an extra safety precaution, if you can see right there. Valve. I can make a song about it. Whoa. Check it out. This is so cool. I'm almost afraid to pick it up. Oh, looks like we have a little pulley thingy here. Don't you love my terminologies? It's so much lighter than I thought. Wow. I can't believe how light it is. I expected this to be so heavy. I'm really impressed with the weight. I am so impressed with the weight. And it just fits perfectly, like it's meant to be in my hands. I'm meant to be holding this thing because it fits perfectly. 'Cause we are meant to be. If you can see, I don't know if you can tell, it just fits right in there. You can see where my hands just form right around it. Now I'm not sure if these are going to be an issue because I did feel my hands immediately touching them. Nice tension, very nice tension. Wow, this is so... If everything feels like this, just like it is right now, I'm not playing a game or anything, it just feels so good in my hands. I cannot wait to turn this thing on, which I'm gonna hope it has a charge. And I can't wait to play it. This did not come with a charge, which is okay, I can charge it. Now I'm going to need to go through the setup, and once I'm done with that, I will come back and talk to you about my early impressions. Later in the coming videos, I'm also going to double my internal memory as well as use a 256 GB micro SD card, which is more than enough for what I personally want to do. But you can use up to 1 terabyte if you want to. And as you can see, I'm already prepared. But these are my supplies. I'm all ready. Woohoo! I'll be back. Okay, I am back. While setting everything up, I had a chance to get a feel of the controls and how things work. And one of the biggest surprises for me is the Steam Deck is super light. I thought it was going to weigh a lot more and fatigue my hands and arms a lot, but I am super happy about that. I do love the aesthetics, and I think it's pretty classy looking if you ask me. The buttons, the D-pad, and the thumbsticks, the triggers, they all feel like they're made from really good quality materials. The tensions on the triggers and on the D-pad are pretty great, and the buttons do not feel jiggly or mushy. And as I mentioned earlier, this just sits in my hands like it was tailor-made for me. As I wrap my hands around the extremely comfortable grips, I might say. The folded down corners right here, they just basically sit in the shape of my hand, how my hand makes a crevice right there. And they get in position for playing. And it feels very secure, like it's not going anywhere. It's not going to fall from my hands. So I really like that. I think that's great ergonomically as well as kind of a safety feature for your Steam Deck, I guess. Another thing I noticed right off the bat, and you take a look at the screen. When I opened the library and I saw everything initially, I was like, wow, this is so smooth and vibrant, and the colors are bright, they're so contrasty, and I think that makes gameplay even more appealing. Now, as for sound, there are 2 speakers in the front, and they have a clear sound that will actually help drown out the light humming of the fan. Yes, the fan, which is located right here on top. It's a little noticeable, but not so much that it will distract you. Like I said, that's what the volume control is there for, which is right here. Or you could use your headphones. Right here is your charging port, and right here is the power button. Since we are looking at that, I may as well show that to you. This button right here takes you to your nifty little Steam library. It brings the screen up right here, and you can basically pick what you want. Right here is where our trusty little micro SD card goes, and I have my 256 gig one in there, which I am using for my games. But as far as sound, which you will hear when I play the games, I really like that the speakers are located right here. It's basically in your face, so you should be able to enjoy the sounds of your game without headphones. If you like headphones, that's great too. Before I forget to tell you guys this, when I was setting up and I was holding on, I thought this was going to be much heavier and that it was going to really make my arms and hands tired and that I wouldn't be able to game for a long time on it. Now my Switch, yes, it is lighter, and don't make fun of my Joy-Cons. This is how I play. There's a reason for that. Anyway, if you look at the size, you can see that if I did have the other Hori Joy-Con on, they would be pretty much the same width. Since I can play on this for such long periods of time, I think this weight is not going to be an issue for that. It's slightly heavier, yes, but not so much that it's really going to hurt your arms or your hands. I guess depending on how sensitive you are, which I do have carpal tunnel in my hand. If I feel that way, chances are I think most people can likely enjoy playing for hours on it. But this does give you an idea of what they look like beside each other and the sizes of them. And again, don't make fun of my Joy-Con setup. There's a perfectly reasonable explanation for that, which I will someday go into, but not right now. Now, the only thing that I think is going to take a little bit for me to get used to, as I've been playing on Switch for so many hours and so many days recently because I have been playing Breath of the Wild and I got addicted to it. I think I may have a little bit of a time period of getting used to the thumbsticks and their locations and also the locations of these, but I think it'll work out great and I don't think it'll be that much of a problem. Just a matter of getting used to it. Let's play a couple of games and see how it plays. One thing I do want to mention is that setting up and downloading games was very easy, as Steam Deck is quite fast and snappy. As you can see, most of my library consists of retro games, but I can't wait to install Windows so I can also play my games from my Gamepass Ultimate Collection. That will be a lot of fun. Here we go. This is Sonic All-Stars Racing. Check it out. How good does that look?
Sonic in All-Stars Racing Transformer.
One thing I did notice when I was playing earlier, I did notice that everything I did, I wasn't even paying any attention to whether or not something was glitchy or something was not responding correctly, if there was a lag. Everything was snappy, everything worked great. There's no hesitation, nothing like that. There's no screen tearing, no ghosting. Just with what I did earlier when I was trying everything out for the first time. And I guess I shouldn't be surprised because that's what this is for. Let me just turn down the volume. But this gives you an idea of how beautiful it is. The controls are great. Like, I know I've played with a lot of controllers, a lot of handhelds that when you use the thumbstick, it's like totally out of control. And this gives you a very good control of what you're doing. That was a great experience. So far, I think it's worked beautifully, and it's been a pleasure to work on, like just even setup. Everything just was great doing that. Also, one thing I would like to mention, on these older games, you'll notice that the aspect ratio, it's not filling the entire screen, and that's fine. I do not think that will be any hindrance in any way, shape, or form. Oh, he's getting... Oh, come on, dude. Again, controls worked perfectly. No troubles at all with that. So let's see what Batman Arkham City looks like. It's a darker game, so that'll give us an idea of what we can expect from games which are darker. And locked up in his death traps. I think it looks pretty good. You can see everything. I know that a lot of these games on some consoles or even some handhelds, it's super hard to see what's going on. And this is pretty clear. I'm having no trouble seeing anything. I think the screen is great. Now on to one of my most favorite and love games, almost of all times, Lego City Undercover. I'm so excited about this. My husband actually surprised me with this tonight. He came down and said, "Hey, you have one more thing to download." And I opened it. I'm like, yes. Now, I will say I do see some hesitation and some kind of pause and go. And that also happens on my Switch. I believe it's because the game itself, it kind of stutters, I guess you would say. Now, if it didn't happen on my Switch, I would think there might be something wrong here. But I think it's something to do with the game. I think the game has a lot of bugs in it. Control is great, though. Like, when I play on my Switch, I don't have this much control. Depending on the Joy-Con I use. So I think so far, so good for the Steam Deck. I'm impressed with it. I've enjoyed what I've done so far on it. And it seems very promising, in my opinion. And I'm really excited to explore more and see what I can do. And hopefully show you what I can do. In my next video, I will be installing Windows and this as well on my Steam Deck. What I really would like to do is show that mostly anybody can really do these things. Like, take that chance with some guidance. Don't do it by yourself if you don't know what you're doing. Like, I'm getting guidance to help me with the install of my new NVMe. Try things. You never know unless you try. And that's one thing I would like to let people know here is I am by no means a professional, but that is my goal. I want to show that this is doable, even if you're just a typical everyday person like me, and you can have fun. I do think that the 64 gig Steam Deck is perfect for me because, as you can see, I've already added my 256 gig micro SD card and I've already got some things downloaded on it. I think that as long as I have that available to me and the 128 gigs that I'm also putting inside my Steam Deck available to me, that I should have no problems. It should be perfect for what I want to do. And I'm sure there's something I missed that I really wanted to tell you. And all the excitement and setting up and everything, I know there's probably something I missed. So I will tell you those things next time, because I will be having more videos coming out on my experience of the Steam Deck. Again, I can't wait to install Windows and see where I go with that. And that is all I have for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I guess a quick question for you guys. How many of you got the Steam Deck already? And how many of you are waiting on it? And how many of you haven't ordered yet because you just want to see what everybody else thinks? Just let me know in the comments below. That would be great. Also, if you haven't subscribed or hit the bell button, please do that now. Don't forget to share this with your friends. And as always, have a Steam-tastic day.